God created Adam and Eve, the first man and woman, and placed them in a paradise called the Garden of Eden, a place filled with peace, joy, and life. God gave them everything they needed, but He gave them one command, a test of love and trust. In Genesis 2:16-17, God said, "You are free to eat from any tree in the garden, but you must not eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, for when you eat from it, you will surely die." It was simple: trust God, and life would remain perfect. One day, the serpent, more cunning than any creature, came to Eve. He whispered a question that planted doubt. Did God really say you must not eat from any tree in the garden? Genesis 3:1. Eve answered truthfully, but the serpent lied. "You will not surely die. God knows that when you eat it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil." The words sounded tempting. Eve looked at the fruit. It was beautiful and desirable, so she took it and ate it. Then she gave some to Adam, and he ate too. And in that moment, everything changed. Their eyes were opened, and they realized they were naked. For the first time, they felt shame. When they heard God walking in the gardens, they hid. The God who had made them, loved them, and walked with them, they now feared Him. God asked, "Have you eaten from the tree that I commanded you not to eat from?" Adam blamed Eve, and Eve blamed the serpent. But sin had already done its damage. God declared judgment. The serpent would crawl on its belly, Eve would experience pain, and Adam would toil and sweat for survival. The world that had been perfect was now broken. Death, pain, and suffering entered creation. Yet even in His judgment, God's love remained. He made garments to cover them and gave a promise that one day a Savior would come to crush the serpent's power. Genesis 3:15 points to this hope. He will crush your head and you will strike his heel. That Savior would one day be Jesus Christ. The fall of man wasn't just Adam and Eve's story, it's our story too. Every time we choose our own way over God's, we repeat that same mistake. But God didn't leave humanity without hope. Through Jesus, He made a way for our relationship with Him to be restored. Romans 5:19 says, "Just as through one man's disobedience many were made sinners, so also through one man's obedience many will be made righteous." The fall was the beginning of sin, but it was also the beginning of grace.